Joining us now is Virginia Congressman Ben Cline. He's a member of the House Judiciary Committee. Congressman, thanks for being with us. Look, this is a very interesting case to me. Obviously, we're talking a lot about the government's role in this censorship, but you know it takes two to tango, and these social media companies seemed very willing to comply. As the case goes on, what can be done about the social media side of the issue that we're dealing with?
Well, you got it right. It takes two to tango, and so government has a lot of leverage that they can place on these social media companies to get them to comply. And so the pressure that they were putting on these social media companies to limit speech, whether it was regarding COVID or Hunter Biden or the 2020 election, all of which were targeting conservatives, it had an impact. So this judge's ruling is a victory for the First Amendment. Government can't limit the free speech rights of citizens. Now, the social media companies have a responsibility to also, if they want to be truly open platforms, to respect free speech as well, and can't place these types of content limitations or else they're going to lose their liability protections. These are parts of U.S. laws that will come under review the more social media tries to further limit the free speech rights of their participants.
One of those is potentially maybe Section 230. We thought we put maybe that to bed. Is any of that coming back up again? Is something that you guys in Congress want to revisit?
Absolutely. I mean, there's still Section 230 is part of law, and it still impacts social media companies. You can be either an open platform and not discriminate, or you can discriminate on the basis of content, but you can't have it both ways and still have that liability protection. So that's going to be a choice that Congress needs to actually follow through and hold these social media companies to one way or the other and not let them have it both ways.
Speaking of accountability, Congressman, can I switch gears and talk about China for a moment? Because Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is on her way to China right now as the nation is curbing exports on metals that are used in semiconductors. Congressman, what are the appropriate actions to stand up to Beijing? Is there anything Congress can do? Because certainly the president is not.
Well, he's not, and his Secretary of State just came back from China and really didn't have anything to show for it. This apology tour is mind-boggling because wasn't it just the Chinese that launched spy balloons over our country? I mean, they should be groveling to us for an apology being accepted, whereas we're the ones over there apologizing for what? For trying to actually compete with regard to chip manufacturing and work against their market supremacy when it comes to that industry. We've got to restore jobs back home. We've got to bring back industry to this country. That's what the U.S. is trying to do. That's what a Republican Congress is trying to do. But we need help from this administration, not just more apology tours.
Congressman Ben Cline, good to see you today.